So, welcome to this updated kind of tour of all the seedlings that I have started and kind of what is going on. So, it's now beginning of March, and I've been away for like approximately 3 weeks. And when I came back, I had to do a lot here because it looked kind of some stuff was okay, some stuff were not. Luckily, I had somebody repotting some of these plants because otherwise it would have been very difficult to deal with when I came back. So, but I will kind of go over all the plants that I have currently going on here and speak a little bit about it. So I have, this is one table where I keep some plants. And when I came back, I actually started some other seeds. So here is some pumpkins, melons, and I think cucumbers. They have not really done anything yet because this is like I just started it basically, I think yesterday. Here is also a new tray with bell peppers, California Wonder, and I think, I don't know what else I put in here, maybe tomatillo, because I'm gonna show you where I have my bell peppers and chilies and everything, but I kind of decided to make another tray. So let's continue. So right here I have first time growing artichokes, I think they are called, and they have, they have started. They are not maybe looking super, but I I think I can leave them in this tray for a while, and then I'm gonna repot them. You can see they have kind of started to get their character leaf. These were actually placed a lot colder, I think around 8 degrees, but I moved them to this location where I have like maybe around 17 degrees currently. Here I have some mache salad. Never had success with growing mache salad, but right here it looks like it is doing well. Just need water. Here I have some sweet fennel, and I can see that some of these have actually died off here, and these are actually repotted by somebody that was taking care of my plants when I was away, but there are still some here alive, so I'm just going to leave them like that. I also have some sweet fennel over here, and here is like mint. Then down here is also mint, and I actually had success starting it, so I'm very happy about it. And then I think this is mint. That's what I could be mistaken, but I think that is probably mint. I have some what is this called, parsley, and a few more of sweet fennel. What is in there? Oh, here is the only survivor of hibiscus that I plant from seeds. And then over here, this is a flower. This one I have to take to another location because this is gonna fill up soon with other plants like cucumbers and stuff. So this is a flower, climbing flower that have like bell looking flowers. So I'm gonna take this one away from here. Over here I have some cucumbers that I started, and I have two of these that are like these climbers for window. So I think the bigger ones here, for example, this one is definitely a window cucumber plant, and then I have some smaller here that are for greenhouse. I think around 7 plants for the greenhouse, and then the biggest plants over here are the ones that can grow in a window. And over here I have some salvia, like sage in English, and then over here is hollyhock. Few hollyhocks growing over here. I also have repotted more of those because I just realized I will need more. I can see here that some of these sage that are closest to the window is not really happy with the cold temperature over there, so I could maybe, you know, it's a lot about shifting these trays as I see that they require something. You can see these are not looking super happy over there, but these are sage, and these were repotted by somebody when I was away. And then I have 1 and 2 with parsley. I think I also have another tray with parsley that I need to repot, and I'm thinking of where I will repot it because I have some options. Here next is also sweet fennel. Honestly, this is only sweet fennel, and this I had to repot, or not repot, sorry, reseed, like replant from seeds, because I must say that I will have not that many, and I want to have a few more. Then on this end I have some, honestly I think this is chamomile, but you can see it didn't really do very well when I was away, so I switched it over here. And then I have planted some echinacea as well in this tray. As you can see, there are the seeds, and maybe I should cover them with the sand, but currently they are just on the ground. And then in here I planted some more like pumpkins, zucchinis, and then I don't know exactly what these other ones in here are. I just leave them there for now because I don't know what it is. And over here is one of these jasmine that I have ordered from a shop on the web called Jardins de Monde. And when I was away in Turkey, this plant just kind of grown very well here. So yeah, and I don't know what that one is. I think this might be the... Honestly, I had one delivery of a few more plants when I was away, and I think this might be a kiwi. Yeah, so I'm gonna switch these and put these trays a little bit to the back here, and then move the parsley to the window, because maybe I can put also the mache salad towards the window, because I think the sage want to have a little bit warmer. So let's go on to the tomatoes. So, and by the way, if I'm sounding like I have a cold, I do have a little bit of a cold. So here are all the tomatoes that I currently have. And obviously when I was away, I think around 20 plants that was very small, I think it was tall tomatoes, they kind of died. So maybe I would like to grow a few more because I have a lot of seeds of tomatoes. Unfortunately, as I said, 12 or like 20 plants actually died when I was away, but I mean, there is a lot of plants here, you know. I think this is actually more than enough, but just for the sake of taking advantage of the spring season, and this year I might gonna resow some tomatoes. And so I put all the tomatoes over here. I have the smaller ones here in these cartons with the extra lamp. So the small tomatoes I kind of moved here so they can have enjoy some extra light from this lamp. And here you can see I have very small ones. These are pot tomatoes. They are actually doing very well. And then up here I have moved some of the bigger examples. As you can see, here is actually some that are doing quite well. These were, you know, the ones that I planted first, so they have gotten a little bit longer. But I would say that they look quite thin because since I was away, they didn't have so much soil to grow in, and they were just continuing to grow. You see here as well, I should add more soil so they can grow more roots, and I will do that. But tomatoes in general, in my opinion, are very hardy plants, so even if they grow a lot without a lot of soil, they still will survive. And when I came back, I kind of added more soil to most of these, but I definitely see that you can kind of see where the steam is kind of changing the color to darker. That's how much more soil I should add. If it's like a green stalk only, then I don't put soil. But for example, comparing here is like all green. You could put more soil, but I think this one is not really ready. But here you can see that it's kind of browning the steam. So up to this location on the steam, I could put more soil. So I think I will do that. I also gave them some nutrients. So first time giving the tomatoes nutrients after planting them. So yeah, I think they will soon be looking more healthy and not so thin. Also, it's the beginning of March, so I'm not worried about these plants that they look kind of slim. I think they're going to jump up quite quickly here. Here is another of these jasmines that kind of grew a lot when I was away. I don't know if you can tell, but here you see there are just climbing vines. So yeah, I'm thinking, since I had a loss of around 20 tomato plants, I think eventually I may be going to do a few more sowing a few more tomato plants, but I would say that this amount right here is more than enough. But I have some interesting tomato varieties that I especially like these pot tomatoes that are kind of smaller, and I don't really like the tall ones, but I definitely think I will plant a few more tomatoes, so yeah, I might do that. And here is the aubergine, chili, and bell peppers in kind of an endless mix here. I don't even know what all these are exactly per pot here, but I know that it is what it is. So yeah, I don't even know how many they are. I haven't made any calculation here, but I mean, it's difficult to see what they are. Obviously, you can see kind of as they start to grow. So for example, here is either a bell pepper or a chili, and then over here is a aubergine. And then I don't know, there are some other stuff growing here. These are not like, I don't think these are anything. I think they're just weed. But I think I will take them out from the pots because I don't know what they are. You can see here as well, I have another one. But they seem to be doing well, growing together. They don't take so much space, these extra plants here. But you can see like I have quite a few. I'm very happy that they look this healthy so far. Here is also another tray. These I actually repotted when I came back because they, for example, you see the stem was quite tall, and these are, I think they are aubergine, but yeah, they kind of look a little bit different, all of them. There you can see like a darker shaded bell pepper or chili. And then down here is quite a few aubergines, I would say. And yeah, I mean, I showed you in another video what I actually sowed, but right now, since I don't have label every single pot, I just don't know what everything is. I did buy some other variety of aubergine, which is like a slimmer purple pinkish kind of aubergine, and because these ones are black. So I have sown those, and I will see how they will do, and I might get a few more plants like that, and hopefully I will have a few more bell peppers, because I must say that most of these to me look like aubergines. I might have up here some bell peppers, but not so many, to be honest. And over here is actually a tray with quinoa, and I think I'm going to sow, because I have more seeds and they kind of are on the last date to use. Probably gonna sow some more of that seed bag, and of quinoa, and I might do that today actually. So, but yeah, that is quinoa. Some of them look very tall, but I'm just leaving them there to kind of grow in size. And to water all these plants, I just using this I don't know what it's called, but it works really well, and it definitely is required to water. But I will do it after this video. I can also just give you a little viewing of my geraniums. Most of these geranium plants I have grown from seeds over the past few years, and they do thrive quite well. And yeah, I can give you a tour from this side as well. These I also repot when I came back, and I need to water them ASAP after this video. In here is actually a few sweet fennels. I think I'm gonna try and repot them out of this container, because the other plants in there are petunia, like strawberry shake mix or whatever it's called. And in here is actually what is this? Let me have a look. I think this is called ginseng. Yeah, this is like ginseng over here, and echinacea. So I think that is one echinacea over there, and then it's just ginseng, or it's called poor man's ginseng. In here I made another tray with something when I came back, kind of resown. I don't know if this was a perennial or what it was, but you know, as you can see here, I definitely need to water as soon as I'm finished with this video. So on this windowsill, when I came back, I had only tomatoes, but I did move all tomatoes, as I show you, to another location. So I have them like accumulated in one place. Here is actually cicoria, and these were taken care of by somebody when I was away and repotted, and they seem to be thriving there. Cicoria is like you can kind of use the root to make alternative to coffee. And here are some of these flowers. These I also, they kind of grow climbing flowers, and they can be used as an indoor plant or outdoor plant. They have either white or blue flowers. I think these are white, to be honest. But yeah, I repotted them when I came back into these beer mugs, and I need to water them because I can feel like they are kind of dry. I also made a few new sowings when I came back. So in here I have cucumbers, like more cucumbers, and they should be covered with soil because that's just how they grow. And then on that side I put the dill, actually, which I never grown this early in the season, but it's a nice herb. In here I have, God knows, I actually have forgotten. There is something I sown in here, I can't remember. And then I also did some sowings over here. But again, I think honestly this is like what is it called, celery, you know, celery in these two. I also was about to forget this, so I also made these sewings when I came back, and they kind of kick-started very shortly. And as you can see, this is chamomile, and now I'm just gonna be very careful with this chamomile, as it have started. It just started as soon, like the day after, it was like looking green. And I think this is also chamomile right here. The problem when I was away is that somebody watered the chamomile from the top, spray them with too strong water, and it was just killing them. So I'm gonna be very careful now when I have new starts of them, but they look fine so far. Over here is actually guava and myrten, but I don't see any progress. I think I need to keep this more moist because it have only kept this plastic. It should have something like this or like this to kind of help it facilitate seeds to start. And in here, what is this now? What the hell is this? Honestly, it's always interesting to see. Now I really don't remember. I don't remember what I put in here. I put something. So yeah, we will see what it is, you know. In there, I think that is also chamomile because I made 3 trays, like 1, 2, 3 trays with chamomile. And then we are at the final part of this tour. This is a new little bush that I have, and I think it's a jasmine, and it was in the, like where I have the cucumbers, and it didn't really enjoy the warm over there, so I moved it here where it's colder to kind of keep it at a winter temperature. I only have 1 spinach here that has been doing something, so I added more seeds and hope they will sprout. Here is the kale situation, and when I was away, the kale was just growing long stems. So somebody who was taking care of these plants kind of repotted them. And honestly, because she kind of planted the stem quite deep down, just in any tray she could find here. And they seem to be doing well, you know. They have not died from this activity. You can see that they're getting their character leaf, and I think today I just need to water because the soil looks kind of dry. And same thing over here. It looks really healthy, all the plants. Same thing over here. I think these plants also now looks a lot better because the light from outside is really good. I have a container over here with some pansies. I think this is, I don't know if I put any more seeds in here, but yeah, otherwise I think the remaining is not going to do anything. So I think, because especially keeping only this plastic is not great to actually start seeds. You need to have more hard, sturdy plastic. I think I'm going to maybe repot these plants that have started from here, just so I can get this tray and use it for some other seeds. And I also have some more kales over there. I'm very happy that somebody could repot them when I was away. Here are foxgloves. I don't know if you can see because they are there. It's very few of them though, and they are very, very tiny. I almost can't see them, so I'm just keeping this, you know, leaving it. I'm not doing anything with it because I just simply don't see almost the plants there. Here is one kale that died. So I'm gonna probably put some other in there. No worries, I think I have a few here. And on the windowsill I have one perennial flower. It's kind of started there, so I'm just leaving it. And then I have more foxgloves, and these foxgloves actually look better comparing to this tray over here, because here is they are very, some of them kind of died because of the watering. Some of them seem to be doing well, but I did order more seeds of this foxglove because I kind of want to give it a chance to actually grow it like a bigger quantity. Over there are Acleia. Now these were in a wrong position when I was away, so you can see they kind of have grown very tall stems. I try to leave them there for a little bit just to boost them with the sunlight before I'm going to try and repot them and kind of have the stem growing in the soil as as these other kales have been treated with same method. But yeah, I need to add another kale in there. And then next to the lamp up here is some green kale in this tray. So I think I will take one green kale from here and just move it into that pot. Over here are also Acleia. These actually look a little bit better because they are still tall, the stem, but they are closer to the lamp, so they still look a little bit better, in my opinion. Yeah, so I might do another tray with kale in that pot as I will move out all those plants from there. Here is some kind of grass, and yeah, it's alive. Here are parsley, and I think I'm going to take eventually this parsley. Actually, it kind of grows quite well in here, so maybe I don't do anything with it, at least not right now. Here are seeds that I had collected from the garden from last year, and these are pansies and sweet William flowers. They kind of doing well so far in there. Maybe need eventually to repot them, but nothing yet, Here I try to grow some flowers, but they are very not really starting. I think I'm gonna move them from this location and put them in a heat location. Here I repotted two of these into, like, I don't know what you call them, like just containers from the kitchen. And then I actually sowed some peas also, and the beans that you can eat the leaves of. So these are not something I will keep to the garden. I'm just gonna chop them off and have them in salad as they start. So they maybe need like 10 days and then they will be eaten up. In here, here you can actually see there are some, these are, what are they called? These are perennials. There are some kind of pinkish type of flower. I think I added more seeds into these two containers because they were not looking that much here. But yeah, I have like these 3 containers. So I'm just leaving them and hope they will, kind of start. And another side with more kale. This looks quite fine, I just need to make sure that they stay moist. I can see that some of them have a little bit darker stem. I think this one do, if you can tell. So this is probably like a red cabbage. Up here are some of the chamomile that survived, and then I have some perennial flowers over there, another perennial, and some more kale growing here. And in this tray I added more seeds. I think red cabbage seeds. You can see that they're starting to sprout, because I just felt like this container was almost empty, so I did add some more there when I came back maybe 1-2 days ago, and they already are starting. So in addition to this, here is one hibiscus bush, and then one of the orange trees that I have. Now this one have put on almost all new leaves and kind of lost some, and I'm gonna show you the other one, what happened when I was away. I can also see that this one have some, stuff I need to tend to here. Yeah, I need to do something here. And the final, as you can see, when I was away for 3 weeks, the orange trees that I have kind of lost everything. They kind of just went kind of almost extinct here. And I think it's because you can see that the stem is still green. This one kind of looks actually dead to me, but there is still green stems here, so it still look okay. But what happened in here is probably that the lamp was not on enough. So I read somewhere that orange trees can drop olives if they don't have enough sunlight. So yeah, I also see that it looks like that the main stem has started to put on some leaves, which is, or branches, which is not supposed to happen, which will take like energy from this one. But yeah, I hope that it's going to recover. Honestly, I think it has a chance to do so. So I'm just gonna leave it with the lamp and light and hope everything goes well. Over here I just need to do some maintenance, of the leaves with insects and stuff. But I can see that this one is also starting to put on some flowers. And here I have one fig. What is it called? Ficus carica panache. This fig tree here, and you can see this one have actually 1, 2, 3, 4 figs growing here, so that's kind of funny. Yeah, and over here is what is this? What is the same? Miskmalva. So this is a mallow growing here, and then I have some onions, and I actually cut, as you can see, I have cut the onion a bit, so it kind of looks, maybe not all of it looks very healthy here, I would say, but I'm gonna water it and hope that it kind of continues at least a few of these. I think some of them are actually doing well. It kind of dries out the pots here on the windowsill quite fast. Here is cicoria, which I have in the other window I show you, and then I have some pansies and good question, maybe pansies as well. Kumquat doing really well. Recommend this type of plant if you want to get a citrus tree. Orange tree, well, fingers crossed it will recover. I mean, I had the same situation with the lemon tree here, that it lost its leaves, but you can see it has grown back almost all. So it might be the same with the orange over there. When I came back, I tried to save and repot the lychee tree. I need to add some sand up here, but it's green. You can see it's green, so it's still alive. The lemon tree, I have 2 of them. One of them lost its leaves, but you can see it's fully growing back, all of it. So I'm not afraid of it, that it looks like this. I think it's the same with the orange tree, that eventually, with a little bit of time and light, more kind of extended light hours, it's going to actually recover. I think it could also be something with the watering when I was away. I also have some olive trees here that needs to go into new pots eventually. And they have also gotten some new leaves when I was away. And then the grapefruit, not so many small fruits on it, but it's there. It looks green and healthy. I think it kind of needs to adjust into its environment. Another hibiscus, and then here is one clementine, or is it mandarin? Oh my god, I can't remember. This one needs to be kind of cleaned off from some pest, but otherwise it's kind of flowering, and you know. Here is another kumquat, looking very green and nice. And then I just have a mulberry bush. And another fig tree. So yeah, I think I'm going to take care of plants here today. I'm going to repot some, and I'm gonna sow some. I'm gonna clean the citrus trees, sorry, and add some sand to the lychee tree. And yeah, I'm very happy for the fig tree that actually have fruits on. I think it would be very fun to have more fig trees. And yeah, but otherwise it looks quite okay. So yeah, but I definitely will have some stuff to do with these plants eventually, especially with Acleia. I need to eventually go ahead and repot these. I would like to add these into like maybe individual plugs or something, just to have them more easily to move around and to get them out from these containers, so I can use these containers to sow other things. And I'm gonna take some green kales from here and put in this one, and maybe remove these plants from here and use this container as well for sowing something else. I also have when I came back, quite a few summer flowers, but they are not at this location, because you can see there is a lot already in here. I kind of expect to take all these things, all kales, out in May. So hopefully they're not going to stay here for very long, only maximum 2 more months. I also were looking at if I could have them at another location, but I think if nothing else, I'm just gonna keep them here, you know. But yeah, like because they will continue to grow. I didn't give them any nutrients yet. I think I will wait a bit more before I start provide them nutrients, because I think they have not grown enough roots and plants and greens to actually need anything. So yeah, but I definitely, when I look at these Acleia and on the windowsill, especially those, I think I would like to kind of take time to put these into individual plugs and let them just grow, instead of have them entangled in these 2 trays, because I will need to have a few more of these trays as I continue. I also can show you just this is like accumulation of containers that you know, could be useful in times ahead. I think, for example, anything like this could be good for herbs, for example, parsley or something. But any container from the kitchen, I don't drink milk, but I have some, you know, like neighbor who drinks milk, and I have asked them to just leave all their containers of milk to me, so they don't have to take them to, you know, like recycle. And that's how I kind of accumulate all these. And that's why I have containers that are perfect for plants, you know. But any container from a kitchen or candy container is really useful. And here you can see we just improvised, like my kind of plant caretaker kind of used these leads to actually, she made hole in them at the bottom unfortunately, but you know, still, and kind of repot all of these kales. But yeah, if this kind of gets out of control in such a way that I cannot fit them in here, I will take these to another location probably, but still I kind of feel like they can stay here. But I think one project I will do is to try and repot these Acleia plants into individual plugs. So I will have much easier kind of dealing with these, and maybe also add these few flowers from this container to plugs, and then I can use 1, 2, 3 containers to sow other things. I did order, as I said, they had a sale of seeds, so I did get more foxgloves. So I really make sure I get this perennial started. I think I also would like to sow more herbs like parsley and yeah, maybe some more kale, because I have a lot of space outdoor for kale and I kind of eat a lot of kale every day, you know, if I have option to do so. So for me this is like food, and that's why I have a lot, you know. So yeah, but I'm very happy for the figs as well, that kind of have been growing a lot here. I think that would be something interesting to have more plants of, you know. But yeah, as I continue, maybe I will do a little tour of my other summer flowers and some other plants that I have at another location. But it will be in another video.